Hi, I'm Katya. Welcome to Total RuCall, a show about real experiences that may or may not have happened at some point in the past, and now we get to confront them together with the visual reality presented on the television set. Yes, I'm talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 2. Episode 2. Game On, Bitch, the sequel. Well, this whole show is a sequel. So this is a sequel to the sequel. We're gonna talk about Snatch, we're gonna talk about women, we're talking about women, we're gonna talk about structures, we're gonna talk about structures, we're gonna talk about houses, we're gonna talk about houses, we're gonna talk about a door. Did you follow that logic? When one door opens, a door walks out of it. Did that work? No. Okay, there's a lot of door puns that we could come up with. There's no shortage of door and window puns to come up with. Now, if you tuned into the first episode, you'll know that Adore got grilled. She got flambéed, she got souffled. She got tied to an exhaust pipe and dragged around the block and then propped up and then slapped. She's feeling dejected, so she wants to eject herself from the competition. Now, there's a lot that happened behind the scenes that I was not privy to, so I, as a viewer, can't wait to see how that turns out. I personally, if I can take off my hat as goddess woman vying for the crown and just put on my hat as regular woman feeling my emotions, with that hat on, I would say, I don't think Adore should have come in the first place. I don't think so. I really don't. I think that Adore is a mega superstar. I don't think that she has anything else to prove other than professional goals on which she is already on track for. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's a super pop star megastar. I think first and foremost, she's a singer pop star. And then secondly, she just happens to be in drag because drag is a great vehicle for her to do that. It's not a cop-out. I don't believe so. I don't believe it's a gimmick. I believe that her being in drag is legitimate. But I don't think she has any business in a competition. So I agree and I support 100% her decision to leave on her own terms. Farewell. Also, for me as my woman competition hat, she's fucking talented as hell, so I'm kind of glad that she's gone. The only thing that surprised me about Adore's decision, because she is so punk rock in the sense that she don't give a fuck, but of course she does. We all give a fuck. We do care what people think about us. If you don't care what people think about you, you're a sociopath. That is the definition of a sociopath. Girl, and it is a punk rock decision to say, you know what? Yeah, you might think that it's a cop-out, you might think that I'm missing out, you might think that I'm giving up, but I'm here to say I'm in this situation, I've identified that it's gonna be painful for me, so I'm gonna say deuces and I'm out. Snatch Game, but it's All-Stars 2, second chances, redemption, all that. Where's the twist? Here's the twist. We all have to impersonate not just some celebrity, but Lena Horne. We were tasked with the very arduous task of having to impersonate each other, impersonating RuPaul, sending us all home. All of these things could have happened. The point is, memories are ephemeral. Have you ever tried to trap gas in a suitcase? Have you ever tried to fart in a friend's suitcase? I don't know. You are not a human being if you haven't thought about farting into an empty suitcase of a friend. So memories are like that. You cannot store air. It changes and moves. And memories, if you try to, well, that happened. Eyewitness memories are never right. I saw it with my eyeballs, and now you're seeing it. The cognitive dissonance between both of our realities, sexy, isn't it? Water can get in my lungs. I need people to go in my lungs and get it out. I choose Bjork, which is a great decision for me because not only do I smell like Bjork, I know her home address. What I remember, and this is how I know not to trust my memories, because I remember during season 7 Snatch Game that nobody laughed at me. I didn't think I was funny at all, and I was surprised to be in the top, and I know many viewers were as well. I know that some of the jokes I said in the show were not aired because they were a little too lesbianic in nature, and if the network is liable if the person that is being impersonated believes that they are being disparaged or dragged through the mud. That's why you can't do Whitney Houston and then just snort cocaine lines and then die. That's not good. I love this character. I feel like I was able to embody the character. I did break character a lot because I was sitting next to Alaska and she was funny as hell. I don't remember anybody laughing at me. I don't remember anybody laughing. I don't remember anybody laughing. But here's the twist. I didn't care. I don't know. No, I know. So, here's another thing. A light bulb busted and we had to take a break. I remember that. a light bulb busted. It was sizzling hot. The whole studio could have caught on fire. So we had to evacuate just to the side. They didn't care that much to bring us out of the building. They didn't care that much. God damn it, I wish that would have happened in season 7 because that would have given me a chance to breathe. And be like, okay, this is all right, you're okay, you're all right. Or a chance to run. And we couldn't talk, no talking. I mean, it was just a break, no talking. And I thought about it, I was like, this is going well. There's no laugh riot, for sure. I like what I'm doing. If I get eliminated, fuck you. So this episode marked kind of a shift where I kind of like, I'm doing things that I like and trusting my woman's intuition to know that somebody around the world is gonna like it too. Alaska as Mae West, instantly iconic. Mae West is a one-liner factory. That is the intelligence and brilliance of Alaska. Because she realizes that the Snatch Game is all about a few things. Number one, a good choice. So what informs this good choice? An iconic look. You don't have to look like them. You don't have to actually look like them. Drag in this context in the competition is more than just looks. You have to have, the look is great. A beautiful box is wonderful. But if it's Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head in it, that's a problem. What's in your box? Is it nutritious? Is it nutritious, Brenda? Brenda, is it nutritious? Good. Alaska is not suffering from malnutrition artistically, although she's very, very skinny, and I think maybe we should be concerned. Her Mae West is a knockout, one-liner factory, and she says, why don't you come up and see me sometime? Into the Snatch Game, she turns through and she says, why don't you come up and fuck me in the ass sometime? And it's a perfect use of vulgarity because Mae West is all about innuendo, but never just straight out like, why don't you come up and lick the hairs on my pussy, baby? She doesn't say that. She breaks out into straight up vulgarity once and it's hysterical. Roxy Andrews as Alaska, in front of Alaska, in front of RuPaul, who is a huge fan of Alaska. It's no shade to Roxy. Well, I guess it is shade. I mean, it's critique. Repeatedly misses all of her very iconic catchphrases, which if you're even a casual fan of Alaska, you know at least half a dozen. Blah, 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 anus. Yeah, she gets the look kind of right. It looks like a cheap sorority Halloween version of Alaska. I mean, it is just so wrong on many fronts. And what grinds my gears is that her original choice was perfect. Roxy's not a comedian, never gonna be a comedian. That's fine. What does she know how to do? Drag, good drag. She was gonna go with Sofia Vergara, which would have been absolutely passably fine. Probably not gonna win with it, but definitely could avoid the bottom. What can I do to be great? And then you realize that you're not that great at this, so what can I really do to be good? But you don't say that out loud because you're a competitor. Alyssa Edwards as Joan Crawford. No. See, if you can get layers, unintentional layers in the Snatch Game, that is a sandwich I want to stuff in my face. Alyssa is a 6-foot hoagie of unintentional character layers, all just thrown at Ru every chance she gets. So it is Alyssa Edwards as Faye Dunaway, as Joan Crawford, as Alyssa Edwards. She literally only repeats lines from Mommy Dearest in a way that is just straight from Alyssa's secret. It doesn't make any sense. There are total non sequiturs. She gives very early on a clear indication that she has no understanding of Joan Crawford other than Faye Dunaway and Mommy Dearest. It is a hysterical laugh ride obstacle course of total absurdity, conflama, riggery, tomfoolery. The runway. Rubber on the runway. Every good show runs out of ideas. Violet Chachki, Miss Fame, of course. Fine purveyors of latex fashions. My runway, I burn the runway. I burn the runway. This is my favorite runway look to date. It was designed by me and my friend Mallory. It was constructed and completed, and also partly designed by Nina Cade, who runs Jane Doe Latex in Hollywood. I wanted to do something that was totally covered up, but a little sexy and goofy. I think that's just like what I do. That's like a really good description of my aesthetic. My favorite part about this runway is that I wiggle, wiggle, wiggle down the runway in platform jellies. Underwater, on land, it's a surf and turf extravaganza of female womanhood. So who's in the top? Me and Alaska. We get to duke it out in the lip sync for your legacy. Now this is also a part where it gets interesting. So they allowed me to change. They give Alaska the option to change. I think she just changed into some 1-inch biscuits. And I change into a bodysuit and maintain my flats. Explicitly encouraging trends doesn't usually encourage a trend, but I would like to take just a brief moment to encourage drag queens across the world to think about your feet. Do you have foot pain? Do you have plantar fasciitis? High heel shoes is a way that drag queens accept and perpetuate the oppression of the patriarchy. I know that sounds like a whole lot of Tumblr nonsense mumbo jumbo, but I'm gonna wear fucking flat shoes if I'm supposed to dance on the fucking main stage, so that's what I did. The whole format has changed. We're now lip syncing for what? Not to stay in the competition. We're in the top. We're gonna stay no matter what. If I swiffer the stage with my taint a la Milan, but I have my period, I leave a trail of blood, I'm still gonna stay. There's no stipulation about menstrual fluid in the rules. If we win this lip sync, we'll not only win $10,000, but the power to eliminate the queen. I like money, but just theoretically, in this context, it doesn't even make sense. I don't know. I don't even know what money is. When can I smoke a cigarette? That would be a greater incentive to me. Can I smoke during this number? What is real to me in this context? Money, we're imprisoned, essentially. We can't go anywhere. Money doesn't mean anything. It's also in the future, too. Do I want to eliminate these people? I'm not a confident, bloodthirsty mongrel like, say, I don't know, all the other girls. Although I am starting to conceive of how people in power really get drunk on it. I don't drink anymore. I do smoke a lot of pot though. I think what's missing from this lip sync is the desperation of wanting to stay. And another thing that I think maybe the general public will be wondering about is why didn't I do cartwheels and splits and back handsprings? I just did it in the talent show. And it's my opinion that cartwheels and splits and death drops does not automatically equal good performance. And I didn't want to send Tatiana home. I didn't want to because I love her. I think that she deserved to go home in terms, as far as the agreement that we as the girls have come up with, objectively, she was poor in the challenge and not as, and kind of poor in the runway. Roxy burned the runway, I mean, nobody does drag like Roxy Andrews does drag. She burned the runway. And the sadness of Tatiana leaving the competition so soon is starting to set in because this bitch is the real deal. She is the true drag fish. She's nice, not afraid to be a bitch. She's witty, she's friendly. I want to be her friend. On an unrelated note, I just had a long conversation with my sister who is a veterinary pathologist about the blood in my semen. I was in the top, didn't win the lip sync, but still win at life. I will live to see another day that I will remember wrongly here on Total RuCall. Subscribe to my channel, why not? You're not doing anything besides watching it. Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't help but notice that you have 3 breasts and not 2, and I felt compelled to share that I also have 3 boners and not just 1.